Welcome to Kenpo University. My name's Alan Babinick. I'm your instructor, and this is Ted, my helper today. And we're talking about plant to feel, bend to buckle. So let's do triggered salute. We're going to go this way, so he steps in, and when I got him, my knee's on this side of his as I'm doing my check. So you can see, I'm going to let up on Ted a little bit. So when I've got my check down here, my knee's on the inside. So if he tried to scoop me or anything, or tried to do a kick or anything like that, I've got him checked out. So when I plant my foot, I want to feel his knee. Plant to feel, okay? So that's the thing we're doing. If my knee was on this side of his leg, if you could see it's on the other side, he could scoop me, he could go ahead, he could scoop, he could kick, he could do whatever. So, but if my knee's on this side, he can't get me. All right, at least he can't move that easily. One of the major things that you want to remember is you do not want gaps in between your knees. So when we do this, if I was standing like this, I've got him covered a little bit, but he could move around me, he could still scoop around, he could do whatever he wants, but as soon as if I'm on him and you see no gaps right through this area, then you know you've got a good check. All right, so you planted to feel, and you should feel no gaps. So when we say plant to feel, that's pretty much what we're talking about, is don't gap the guy. Now, there's a little maneuver. It's kind of fun to do. You could do this in Gathering Clouds. It's called the ELVIS, or I call it, it's just me, I call it the ELVIS move. It's the ELVIS move because you're going to move your knee around like Elvis does. So from the outside, I'm going to hook this around. I really don't lose I don't gap at all, okay? I don't lose any distance. It goes to the inside, and then you pop your knee, and the guy moves. Scoop, and you're stepping out. So Gathering Clouds, if you're a little closed in, great way to do the scoop on Gathering Clouds. So, but as he's, just put your foot forward. So as he's in, if I'm on this side, that's where I want to plant to feel, okay? Now when we talk about bend to buckle, we're talking about two different things. And if the thing that you're trying to buckle is in front of you, you're going to bend your knee more. If the thing that you're trying to buckle is behind you, you're going to bend your knee to straighten it, okay? So let's take a look at a couple of examples. If I actually hook his foot a little bit so he can't take a step back with my foot, and I push with my knee, there's the bend to buckle, okay? So when you're straight in front of somebody, you want your knee on the inside of the outside of their knee. If I was a little bit at a different angle, so I'm not straight in front of him, I came in from a corner, now I can keep his knee checked. I don't have to try to stay in front this way. It probably is a better thing to do, but even if I'm here, he can't kick me because his leg's going up that way, okay? And again, I could just bend this to buckle the guy and move him down, all right? So when you plant your foot down, so if you're doing a technique where you're supposed to be close, triggered salute, Gathering Clouds, that type of thing, when you put your foot down, you want to plant to feel, and then we bend to buckle if we need to. When you're doing the front buckle, the two most common ones in the system are in the extension of scraping hoof and captured leaves. But if you look at the techniques, the guy's going to fall differently when you do it because you have a different angle of entry when you're doing the buckle. So if you know those two extensions, take a look at them, take a look at the angle that you're going in on, and you'll start to understand why two totally different things are happening. And just for category completion purposes, when you buckle his knee to the front, like that, scraping hoof, after you buckle, you do a rear crossover. Captured leaves, you do a front crossover. You're doing a stomp with it, but one goes to the front, one goes to the back, so no matter how you take the guy down, you're covered. Now, when we're trying to buckle something behind us, we're actually going to bend our leg to straighten it. We do rear crossover step through buckles all the time in the extensions, so you're going to need this one. But if I was in a neutral, Ted's in a right neutral, I do my rear crossover first, so I get in position. When I'm kicking my leg back, as I hit the dirt, my foot hits the ground and my leg is still bent. When I actually want to buckle Ted, that's where I straighten my leg out and he buckles to the front. Now, when we're doing the extensions, sometimes we add a hammer fist and you keep your hand up so his head doesn't run into your face. Sometimes you do a back knuckle to stop him from falling too far. Sometimes I want him all the way over. So if you were doing Gripping Talon, you want the guy bent all the way over so you can knee him on the way out. But if what you're trying to buckle is behind you, so Ted's behind me, I would have to straighten my leg out. So I'm bending my knee to straight. If the guy's in front of you, you have to bend your leg more. So there's examples of plant to feel, bend to buckle. So go ahead, go look through all your techniques, especially if you have the extensions, and take a look at how they all work. Thank you for watching this video production from Kenpo University.